I think there's something like 6 judges were the primary signers of most of the warrants in our community when we have more than 30 judges. So I think that number was very upsetting.
A major concern after the Department of Justice investigation was released over 2 weeks ago that LMPD officers were going to a handful of judges they believed would rubber stamp their warrants. Now, a new policy is aiming to change that by requiring officers to bring the warrants first to the court administrator, who will then assign them to a circuit court judge. WHS 1119's Bobby McSwine and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie have been talking to people who first raised concerns about the warrant in the Breonna Taylor case in 2020. Bobby?
Yes, Sadiqa Reynolds, the outspoken former Urban League president, was among the first people to question the warrant used that led officers to her home on the night of her death. And Lanita Baker has been an attorney for the family as they sought and continue to seek justice. They both say this is a step among many that are required.
6 of 30 judges approved more than half of the warrants the DOJ investigated and included in its report on LMPD and Metro Government.
That number was very upsetting.
Sadiqa Reynolds says seeing that number was shocking, but not necessarily surprising, given her vast experience working in the law and serving on the bench. Here's what she told the program Democracy Now! On June 4th, 2020, day 7 of the Breonna Taylor protest in Louisville.
So there are so many things that really need to be checked on and confirmed in the affidavit, because there is some belief that the affidavit is flawed, and quite frankly, the warrant itself.
No one had yet seen the warrant, but Reynolds was already questioning it. We asked her about it today.
I have had a pretty interesting career, and it gives me some insight. And the moment that I heard about the Breonna Taylor case, the things I asked about were body camera footage, the warrant, what was found at the residence.
Her instincts were right. The warrant was false and was signed by former Circuit Court Judge Mary Shaw. Now, a new policy requires officers to submit warrants to the court administration, who will then assign it to an on-duty circuit judge.
I am for progress. I am excited. I do not believe Breonna Taylor died in vain.
Lanita Baker says this step and others announced since the DOJ report proves that. But she wants district court to implement a similar policy. Baker says more than 90% of warrants are assigned to that court.
Until all courts may implement similar changes, it's not going to change much.
Baker says despite the policy, it's important to make sure judges are scrutinizing probable cause. Another issue the DOJ reported.
Breonna Taylor died for no reason at all. It's bittersweet in that she should still be here. Had judges, police officers, prosecutors been doing what they were supposed to do from the beginning.
And Chief Circuit Judge Mitch Perry ordered the policy take effect last week, exactly 1 week ago today. He says district court is still providing an on-call judge for search warrant review. In studio, Bobby McSwine, the WHAS 1119 on your side.